But this is love right here. And then you just
All right, guys. Today we're here with Tommy Richmond with Richmond Customs here at Spencer Outdoors. We're going to be doing a one sticking on how to one stick. I saddle hunt currently, but I have never one sticked, and so Tommy's going to give us a rundown on his tree of choice. He's going to show us what all is involved and why he likes it on some cases, and then four sticking sometimes as well. So let's go with Tommy and let's find the tree that he likes to climb.
all right, let's go. So this is my new rig, how I've set my stuff up. I tied my platform to my rig and my sticks. I chopped them and modified them to where now when I climb up, instead of just one sticking, I run 4 sticks with these 5'8"ers. I'm running the Tethrd Lockdown Saddle, and I'll show you this is where I was saying I have 2 linesman belts in my one dump pouch. When I get to the tree, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump my bow rope, hook it up to me, hook it to my bow, get that set. I'm gonna get ready to start climbing. I'm gonna set my first stick on the tree. I'm gonna put my other 2 sticks right here, and then start climbing on up and have them all in there. Be good to go. So I like to find a tree. You really don't want nothing no bigger than what you can reach around. It just gets irritating with grabbing your rope and all that. And you really don't want nothing smaller than like a basketball, because then it gets hard on your knees and you're fighting that back and forth. And when I'm getting ready to set up my saddle, if say this is my main shooting area I want to hunt, I'm gonna come over here, and this is where I'm gonna climb, because I'm gonna climb up, and then I'm gonna set my my platform right to where I want it. So when I step on there, that's my main shooting shot, you know. And the first thing I normally do if I'm gonna be, and this is my new rig, if I'm running 4 sticks and not just one sticking, I always had my one stick strapped on here. And like I told him, I got so hooked on just so low profile, have my backpack, running gun, bow on your shoulders, you're just going. So if you go back to 4 sticking and you're carrying 4 sticks, it can just be irritating. So now Richmond Custom has customized a backpack and some sticks. So now you got everything, you got your platform zip tied to your backpack. It might be a little bit redneck, but it works. And what I've done here, this is how I was one sticking. I took a 21-inch muddy stick, which you can do any stick, but I took the 21-inch muddy stick, chopped it down, modified it to about 12, and added a 5'8"er on there. And I'll show him the other 8'er here in a second when we get to messing with that. I have 2 different style ladders, and I've learned staggered ladder versus just a regular straight ladder.
Okay.
And you'll see why here. So if you see how them steps are in here, that's why I like a muddy too. Now I can just get that up there high as you can. You'll get that thing set. You're ready to climb. So if I was gonna leave the stick, I would run this up here like this, and I would cinch that in there like that right there, done.
I got you.
She's locked in. But one sticking, I won't do that. And you'll have this already set where you like it. This is what I was saying when I talked about them loops. Now we're pulling in one center point versus the regular ladder. This is pulling straight down no matter what. Even if I'm standing over here, it's just pulling straight. My foot slipped off on gold, which I ain't being as quiet as you could if I was actually in the woods. But like I said, it's kind of one of the things that led me back to 4 sticking, which I love one sticking. But it's just whether you get the patience and time to be really quiet. And with backpacking the 4 sticks, I still optional. I can do what I want. You know, I can still, that's why I said when I made my one video, one sticking, no limits. You know, you can do what you want, climb. Got 40 foot of repelling rope, let's go. All right. So right now I would normally hook up my bow with my bow rope, which I ain't got to mess with that right now. Oh, I do need my backpack though, don't I? Well, I guess I could have hoisted it up, but I have my bow rope to hook my bow. Now this is what I was talking about. Now see, which I tuck that wire tie off there too right now. But if I'm fighting that rope,
Yeah.
if you get a stiffer rope, and I put a big old carabiner on there, but if you get that rope, and I go up about head high, pull up.
Typically, how high do you like to be in this tree?
I like to be at about 25 to 30.
Okay.
And you just keep repeating, you know. And so once I'm
How
there,
do you let yourself loose enough to get come back down?
once I'm actually, like, I put that up about high as I want to reach,
Okay.
pull this tension up, and it gives you about the exact what you need.
Okay.
You know, I can lean into it.
I got you. Okay. All right. See
And
how
then
you
keep
pull.
setting it. And then if you want, like, you can always leave that stick. Since I already moved and said that, but a lot of times what I'll do is set my stick, which now that I pulled it, I can reset it. I'll set that last stick.
Yeah.
So that it'll actually become a step right beside my platform. So it gives me more, like, there's my platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't have had to move it right then.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
After I unhooked it, showing you.
How do you find one sticking when you're fully clothed with your winter clothing?
It's a lot tougher.
Yeah.
If you got Carhartts on, it's tough. I just fought that ladder there, but that's one of that new ladder, like I said. And so when it's rolled up on my stick, sometimes I got to fight with that for a second. The other ladder, it don't do that as much, but yeah, it's one downfall.
So I'm sure that slows down the whole process a little bit.
Yep. And I'm honestly a lot faster with 4 sticks.
Yeah.
But like I said, you're slower going up, and if you're taking your time being quiet, but once you're coming down, zzz, you're down. You know, that's how fast you can do it. That's what I loved about it. Like I said, I pretty much one sticked all last year, but got irritated that I just couldn't be as quiet as I wanted to. I think a lot of it is to do with my rope. That's an expensive rope I got too. I'm like, what if it ain't the rope? Go buy you another expensive rope.
So you run an am steel on your Tethrd there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I took the other one off, and so at that point I'd get my set. And I'll pick up a little bit standing on top of that. Now lock that in. You good. So see, now here's my bow. I'd hoist my bow up. I got my tethered rope here. It has my backpack hanging here. Got my bow hanging here. And now my main shooting, I can shoot here, shoot here, shoot all this, shoot all this. And so if I want to lower down a little bit and get you, and that's another thing when I'm saddle hunting, I like to be roughly about 90. That's why I said, see how big that tree is? This is about my favorite size tree like that. because you can just loop around and do all that. And then see, you can do the, which I'd loosen it up. And that's what gives me the full 360. That's why I just shot them coon the other day. Pulled around, drilled me a nice coon. Backside of my blind side there. So
Not everybody saddle hunts for coons, but Tommy does.
he come on here and tempt me twice. I was like, all right. If you come back over here, okay.
Did you eat it?
I prayed for it and blessed it for a coyote. that was my idea. I got too many coons. I got some. I already just got the skins and got one at the taxidermy. I'm like, all right. So then don't forget this. And you heard me talking about crying about wishing I had that wire tie on here, so that would quit sliding down on me. You seen how I was fighting that. So that wire tie holds that rope right there. And anytime I'd stand up, even if I took pressure off this, it'd still hold right there. So now, if you was fixing to rappel down, make sure you undo that wire tie. Because if you leave that, then you're fighting that, man. There's all kinds of different rappelling devices, but I got the Mad Rock Safeguard, the ones I said I got. I like it because you can really control it. Like when you start getting ready to lean out, start getting ready to go, you can do it like that.
Okay.
You can walk down the tree just like that. See how the handle?
Gotcha.
That's what I love about that one, man. I've had Perusics and stuff. You can do different stuff for the figure 8. But this is love right here. And then you just... and then once you're down, I get my gear. So if it's good, see that tree gonna bar. So see how that bark that tree there.
Gotcha.
But if you had to, you can just pull the whole thing. That's why I was saying if you got limbs up there. I was trying not to do that, then I ain't got to pull it all out of my dump pouch.
I got you.
But because sometimes when I'm climbing up, I'll climb up around a bunch. You can climb up around multiple limbs too. And then you just pull it all back through. And that's another thing. If you do it, which I'll show you through real quick. Don't ever tie a stopper knot on the end.
Okay.
Because it's got to be able to come back through that
gotcha.
carabiner up there and get everything back down. And that's it. Another cool trick I'll show you is one thing I learned with, if you get to messing with a bunch of these ropes like this, you find both ends here. And check that out. That's I just drilled out a piece of aluminum. Okay. And then you push that through your bow. And then quick, quiet and quick. Even if I was trying to get down quiet, which at that point I'd be doing that. I'd be trying to make some cover.
Sure.
A little cover sound or something.
Yeah.
I just made all kinds of racket.
Yeah.
You know? But this is another cool trick I learned for your bow rope. It's called the figure 8, which you can do the same thing with that rope. But then I do that like that. Do the figure 8 all the way around. And when you get ready to dump it, I'll do that.
So are you running 40 foot?
40 foot of repelling rope, yep. And I was at one point. I tried a little bit. I got the climbing spikes. I've maxed out my 40 foot rope before. I was like, my bow's tight. I was doing the climbing spikes. It's all right, but man, you get a lot of fatigue on your ankles and stuff, and you can be real noisy with it too.
Yeah, sure.
But pretty cool. This is my tree tether too.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it, but
I've seen a picture of it, but
so that's what I'm running. And so when I come around the tree, you hook this to the tree. And this is my backpack one. So say if I'm sitting right here, say this is where I'm sitting, and I want my bag to be kind of giving me some concealment, I can adjust it up and down. Once I've already had that set, I can set that bag where I want it to give me a little bit of cover to look behind it. And then I got my bow hanging right here. And that's the way I use it. You just take one of the, see how it's got the lock, pop the one side off, and
Okay.
you're good to go.
How early do you like getting to your stand?
I mean, usually I like to, if I can't time, I'd like to be 2.5 hours early.
Yeah.
Because
Give you time to fully set up.
Yep. Get set up and then settle in real good.
Yeah.
Before prime time. And I love it. A lot of people still ain't went off of the saddle, but man, I love the versatility of being able to move and groove how you want, hunt any tree, no matter if it's got limbs.
What's the advantages of one sticking?
One sticking, just run and gun, like what I just showed you.
Yeah.
So I would have that right there. That is it.
Yeah.
Walking in, I wouldn't have this. But that platform, I had shoulder straps. I had just shoulder straps on me. So it would just flop over my backpack. Stupid simple.
Yeah.
Run in, climb up.
Gotcha.
Zip down. And that's why I started, like I said, I wasn't going to just be one sticking all the time now, but I wanted to keep my repelling rope at any time. Just like I said the other day, I 4-sticked up, rappelled down, pulled my sticks as I went. It was love.
What's the con, the major con of one sticking?
Major con that I don't like is just my noise.
Yeah.
And it's a little slower going up, but like I said, who cares if you got time and you can just make time for it. But, you know, obviously we always ain't got time to just take your time, so you're in a little bit more hurry.
Yeah.
And it's just noisome for me. And
who is one sticking mainly for?
Mobile hunter.
Yeah.
One sticking run and gun for public land. And, you know, just being mobile, man, to be able to transition to sign. That's what I love.
Yeah.
And like you said, running around the mountains, man, it definitely cuts your weight off of fatigue on your, you know how it is, you get more fatigue. Really, if you got a lot of gear on, I get more fatigue in your glutes and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, one sticking, I don't get that as much.
I got you.
Because you just got so much light weight now.
But late season or early season, one sticking is more efficient.
I would definitely say early season.
Yeah.
If you get a bunch of coveralls on and stuff on, you're not going to set it as high. You're not going to be as mobile. You see how much time you're still messing around. But
so I could see the one sticking and with the aiders being as efficient as carrying 3 or 4 sticks, getting same height.
Yep.
Because without the aiders, I'm not getting 20 feet.
Yeah.
You know. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up here with Spencer Outdoors, Tommy Richmond, and certainly appreciate him coming along today. And thank you for taking us on this trip, man.
I appreciate it. It's been fun, been real fun.
So Tommy said if we kill a big buck while we're one sticking, we gotta give it credit where credit's due. So we appreciate you, Tommy, for coming out.
Yep.
More videos in the future for Tommy Richmond and Spencer Outdoors.
Yeah. God bless you.
There's gonna be some big hunts in Virginia and Kentucky in the future.
Yep.
Y'all stick with us.